You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want.
Yeah, I pissed so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like.
Coach, this is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Check. Lucky.
Play action. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And the sack parade continues. Remember last week, they had an... Astounding 8 sacks, another one there on the opening drive.
And they have the mentality of just attacking the quarterback in the pocket, no matter what. They're one of those teams that says, we play the run on our way back to the quarterback, and that philosophy works for them very well.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
46 to Mike, 46. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Deuce. Watch out.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Let's bring it. Check three.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Like 20. Check 48 to Mike. Go on. Come on, D. Rush in. Play it.
Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. On the ground, this is Johnson. 7 yards there and a 1st down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Go, 76, smooth.
Now a 1st down throw, gone. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys didn't come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. And Zuerlein's kick is good. Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And some nice running, going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams' 44.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. Going to give this time to the tailback. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams' 13. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And now Jackson will look to throw it. This will be caught just inside the 10. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former Raven, Eric Weddle. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Johnson, the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
Goes to that. 180. Watch the run. Watch the run. Shit. Motion.
Now Johnson.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And after all that, he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. With it is Brown. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Check 24. Check. Any weapon. Alert flare. Zoom.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson steps away to his left. Got some room at the 30. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Check Mike 46. Here we go. 46,
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
He's crossing. He's checking. Check 99. Check 90. Go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Now Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. forced out to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Clay Matthews brings the heat and gets the sack.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The final shot before break here. Goff completing it to the right side. Johnson. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
40, 20. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. 17. 48, right now, let's go. Hey, watch the screen.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Woods. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 31, Jackson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First down, Ravens.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And a give this time to the tailback. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
46 to Mike, 46. Mike, 46. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
From the gun, Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Switch. Check 37. Check 37. Alert 3. Alert 3. Hey, kill. Check 43.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Super 1. 49. Check 49.
Again, it's Johnson. And a nice spin into some open field. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
No. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Go.
Another carry now for Gurley. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, then, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Right back to him on 1st down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Big stop, let's go. Check right 46. Check right 46.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. They run. It's Gurley. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
I got you, son.
the gun. Goff. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Johnson. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
That is caught at the 7. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 27 yards there, a first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And it brings up 3rd down.
On the double. 46. 46 to Mike. Bring it. Bring it. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, let's get there. You go tight. Go. You got tight right there. 46 to Mike. 46 to Mike.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
1st down, Baltimore.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, defense, let's go.
Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Over. 46, boys, 46. 44.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ingram. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Mike 46, Mike 46. Rabbit.
Jackson looking to throw on third. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So don't say nothing.
They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
29-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it third down and 10.
Here we go, tonight. Like 20. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Shoot. Ric Flair. Check hot route. Hot. Blue draw Corkers. 40's Mike. I'm coming.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Value three. Louis. 48. Mike 48. Five. Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Now it's gone. He's going to air one out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. Nifty move. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Johnson was the intended receiver.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
From the 36, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Jackson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his pass, incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
I got you. Shoot! Put up.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
Coming to you.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down. So the L.A. Rams